everybody. How y'all doing? How's your PAX going? Yes! Who's excited to be sitting for a moment and not standing in a line for a game? Welcome to the PAX Debate Club. Today we are debating which generation has the best horror games. And you might be like me and be thinking like PlayStation 1 versus PlayStation 5? No, we're not talking about console generations. We're talking about what age generation has the best horror games. You guys weren't able to hear it, but these two have been trash talking since the moment they stepped through the doorway.
Cause she got like Roblox doors. It's like, is that cool? Like,
hey, I'm gonna cook something up. Hey, that's all I know.
She's cooking. Everybody let her cook. So it's gonna be a spicy, I think, debate. And I'm going to let it get spicy. I'm not going to stop it from heating up. I'm Jenna Stever. Hello, I'm from the internet. I'm a video essayist and streamer. You can find me at twitch.tv/the_Jenna. I'm joined by PG. PG, who are you? Tell us about you.
I'm a streamer. I'm a content creator. And I do short films. So,
What is the favorite of the short films you've made? Which is your favorite?
Ooh, I would say this Freddy Krueger film.
Ooh.
But it never released, so.
Ooh, but that's some horror chops.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so you're a big horror movie fan, not just horror video game.
Yeah, for sure, movies.
All right. Yeah. I'm excited to see how that informs your arguments.
Yeah. She knows. Look at her scared.
And I'm joined on the other side by Mari. Mari,
hello.
Hi. Who are you? What do you do?
I stream and yeah. I wish I had something cool behind my name too, like PG filmmaker. It just says content creator. I need to be like an ice skater or something.
That's
so
cool.
It's like, what do you mean?
You're a content creator,
All right.
My fault.
I'm a little bit nervous, so if I'm a little bit awkward, that's why it's my first panel. So
Would it help if the audience screamed your name?
no.
What?
Y'all, hey, respectfully, y'all. I don't feel like you know me, but I do appreciate you coming.
Would it help if they whispered your name a bunch? Maybe in like an eerie fashion?
Yeah, go ahead. Okay, all right. Hey, okay. My aura is my aura points went up, so thank you.
Yeah.
And my sanity points went down.
Oh, okay.
Horror games. Excellent. All right, so we're going to start off today with PG arguing for millennial horror. Wait, can I get a count and just yell out, I guess, who in the audience is a millennial?
Oh, I'm winning this. I'm winning this.
Who in the audience is Gen Z?
Whoa, yeah.
That ain't gonna help you.
Yeah, they are.
They know they got the weakest games, but it's all good.
No, we don't. No,
It's
we
all
don't. It's
good. It's all
okay.
good.
It's all right.
And I, of course, am timeless, so I will not be biased in one direction or the other on these game selections, so no need to worry about that. PG,
Yep.
tell us a little bit about millennial horror.
I mean, come on. We got what? Resident Evil, Silent Hill, Fatal Frame. What do you got? What do you got?
It says PG argues for millennial horror. I don't even know how to say that word.
Millennial horror? Everything, that's the thing. Everything that you got is inspired by us. Like, true or false.
Okay, I
at
will
you,
not say
shit.
that's a good point, but no one cares. Who played that? No. How many people play what you were even gonna say?
Everybody in here, right?
Yeah, can we get a...
On emulators, they never had like the actual stuff.
all these remakes are based off of ours.
She hasn't even talked about remakes yet. We haven't even gotten to remakes yet.
See, you
have?
already
What
off
do you
track. You already off track. It
Tell
says
us
PG
more.
argues.
Okay, what do you got? What do you
Wait,
got?
no.
Bro, it says PG argues
I mean,
millennial
that's all I
horror.
got. I'm gonna be honest with you.
You don't
you
know
thought-
anything.
You thought
Yeah.
just naming the titles would be enough to sink this for you.
I mean, yeah, they got because each series got like what 10 games. You know what I mean? You want me to like list all of them?
Okay, well...
10 games and the first one's the only good one.
Yeah, I was going to say... Do you... Okay. No, audience...
Oh, y'all.
I'm sorry. Do you think if you averaged
Yeah.
together all of the Silent Hill games, that they would be better than any
No,
Gen Z
Silent Hill is a bad example. Let's calm down. Silent Hill, Resident Evil though, test of time. You can't beat that. Silent Hills, the first the first 3 to 4, because that was the original team, you know, and then they went off track. Then they, you know, they fell off.
Here's an important question.
Yeah.
Silent Hill's playable trailer, PT.
Yeah.
Millennial or Gen Z?
I mean, that came from Hideo, so it's like, that's not you. That's not you. Look at you trying to take it from us.
I didn't even bring it up. What is that? What the heck? I'm not gonna lie, PG, you sorry, bruh. I'm finna cook you. Yeah, I'm waiting for my turn.
I feel like an argument could be made in either direction. If
For PT?
Yeah, because it is like, it's in the lineage of millennial horror, but it is
I hear
like
you.
a Gen Z.
It did come out during Gen Z time.
It's
I
a
mean,
Gen
I
Z.
hear you. I hear you.
You know
but
how many
it's-
people played that demo? And how much they rave about it?
What does that mean?
I'm just saying. Did anyone rave about the other ones
I mean,
during your time?
I mean, but to be fair, it's from like the original like Metal Gear creator. That's not a Gen
Okay,
Z
but
like.
who made all the graphics look like crazy?
Oh my gosh, what are these? Is this like? Are you a developer? Like,
Maybe.
okay.
I could.
Mari, why don't you tell us a little bit about Gen
Shoot.
Z horror?
We got Outlast.
Oh,
We got Maury.
like-
We got Five Nights at Freddy's. We got Until Dawn, choice-based horror, you know?
fair.
Many multiple outcomes. What about you? Do you have multiple outcomes or is it just one ending?
It's one ending.
Yeah.
Some of
But
them.
you could play it multiple times and experience different experiences. How about you?
Different experiences.
Yes.
You playing the
Normal,
same game
easy,
over
hard.
and over again.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of
And
cool,
you have
though.
to look up the Easter eggs
Yeah.
in order to get new content.
That was our time, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was your time.
Y'all help me out, y'all.
Wait, I want to do another quick poll of the
Yeah.
audience. Shout out if you have played Silent Hill 1.
Okay.
Bro, I see 2 hands.
Ooh, that was fewer than I was expecting.
Silent Hill 2,
Uh-oh.
anybody?
Raise your hand if you
Okay.
played
Okay,
Okay, a couple
Outlast.
bit more.
Resident Evil?
Dang. Are you guys
Okay.
gamers?
Okay, a lot of
Resident
Resident
Evil.
Evil. Yeah, a lot of Resident Evil. What about who here has played Poppy Playtime?
Damn. Oh, nah. That was dead silent.
I'm gonna be honest.
What are you going to say about that? Oh, y'all don't know about gaming. It's like, what are you talking about? Right.
I can't even say nothing. I can't even say nothing that's too discriminating, bruh.
What about okay, now,
I understand. That.
what about Five Nights at Freddy's?
I mean, everybody.
Yeah,
you know.
Five Nights at yeah.
Okay.
They got an amazing soundtrack. What about you? What about you? What's yours?
I don't know.
You got ambience? But we got what's like
You
what's
got
that?
light flickers and like a
Light
CCV
flickers?
TV. Like, what do you have?
Oh, you said light flickers.
Yes.
We got Chica, Toy Chica
Oh my gosh. Like,
with the
nobody-
cupcake.
Oh my gosh.
Bro,
That's so whack.
what do they have in Silent Hill? The nurses?
They cool.
Yeah, you
They-
just argued.
they cool,
You just
they
argued his
cool.
point.
I gave you a point,
Right.
but like Toy Chica though.
You naming like these plushies that you go to sleep with. It's like, oh my gosh, that's not scary.
You gonna go
Like,
sleep with the with the nurse?
Yes. Like,
Bro,
what?
she got her whole face
Yes.
covered. She gonna unwrap it and be like,
Okay, that's cool with me.
Okay. You didn't mention, but Nick mentioned in the conversation we had before this panel, Roblox horror. Can you tell me, like, because I'm not on Roblox, I'm not playing Roblox, because I'm old. I'm in my 30s and they won't let you in if you're in your 30s.
Whoa, that's not old. That's not old. That's not old.
Wait, wasn't Lethal Company made from a Roblox developer?
Oh, was it? Okay.
So technically that's Roblox, and then you got Doors.
All right. Tell me about Doors.
Yeah, talk to us about doors. What's that about? Tell us the concept.
The content?
Everybody's listening. Hello?
I mean, like you open doors and you run away from a black substance, right?
Whoa!
Whoa, wait, hey, chill.
What?
Chill. A black substance.
Oh,
Ain't that
man.
dude like some goop
Next
or something?
horror game, like-
some goop? Isn't he a goop?
That's your art. That's what you want to talk about? Oh, nah.
Bro, you were just running away. That's cool. It's like some lore to it too. You got to open
What's
up
the
some
lore?
books.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
No,
Oh,
don't
nah.
spoil it. You don't have to spoil it.
There's nothing much to spoil.
Oh, nah.
Dang, what else is like Roblox horror? That one game, like that one mini game, I forgot the name of it, but it's like when you go through. You
Like-
played it multiple times with your chat on stream. What are you talking about?
Oh, we don't gotta talk about that, though.
when it's not for content.
I enjoy Roblox horror.
Okay, then why you sleeping? Wake up.
Whoa.
Wake up.
Whoa. Whoa. That's all you got though?
That was good. You
Was
listed.
it?
Do you like little pixel games or more?
No, this panelist seemed kind of biased. I'm like,
Undertale, classic.
that was good. Like,
classic.
huh? To who?
She listed like 8 times as many games.
I mean, yeah.
All you got is Silent Hill or Resident Evil, and we remade those, but better.
Well, okay, let's address the question
Yeah.
of this has been hanging over this whole panel, which is remixes also, like remakes. Are they millennial horror or are they Gen Z horror?
They could be millennial.
The Resident Evil
I mean,
4.
sorry, Gen Z. They could be Gen Z. But like, it's like, okay.
But I mean,
What do
like,
you mean? Okay, you literally replayed how many times on your stream Resident Evil remakes?
I respect the origins.
Okay, you respect
of,
Gen
like,
Z, so basically you're saying I'm winning right now. Because I don't respect you.
What? Hey, what's
It seems to me like you losing.
Yeah, let's
It
move on.
seems
Yeah,
like
you
you
know what?
losing. I don't know.
I said before we started that I was gonna let this
what's
the
the next
heat go
topic?
as hot as it could, but maybe let's
Look at your face getting red.
I mean, you're going to get cooked after this one. You know?
Yeah, all right. PG, I want to hear what you think the best example of millennial horror games is, and why are they so good? Give it to me.
Oh, absolutely. So, like, if I feel like all y'all games nowadays, it's not even only horror, but just all y'all games nowadays, it's like they guide your hand through all, like, from A to Z, bro. Like, our games, if you play the original Resident Evil, right, you had to find your way around the mansion. Thoughts?
And that's why you never beat any of those old ones.
I mean, I beat it, but, like, you know,
Do you think?
Yeah, but you had to look up stuff, didn't you?
I had a guidebook.
Yeah, you had a guiguidebook. That's the
paper-
thing. How many
paper
of us buy guidebooks? Wait, we do, right?
Whoa. Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
but she was over here Googling stuff, like, before we
Oh
started.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. My boyfriend gave me a PSP. I think it's a PSP 2 for Christmas, and I literally played. I think Silent Hill. I forgot which one it was, Shattered Memories or something. And I was stuck on like one of the puzzles for like to open up a box or something.
That's the
I looked
issue.
it up. What's the exact numbers for me to open up this box?
Yeah,
That's
I
so
feel
whack.
like they know you're gonna look it up now. So it's like they know there's no
Not
reason
me,
not
though.
to like lead you a little
Not
bit.
me. I have
Like,
my
you're
book
gonna
right.
tab out.
No,
Exactly.
I have my guidebook right beside me in case. I don't gotta look it up.
That
It's
means
just-
you're not a gamer though. You need a guidebook.
it's a collectible.
Collectible. Now
would-
it's
I
a
would take that to
collectible.
school and
Where
show
okay?
my
Where are they
friends.
at now? Where's your guidebooks now? If it's a
PG,
collectible.
Tell me
I don't know.
what the #1 best millennial. Pick one game, not one franchise.
Okay.
One game. Tell me what it is and why it is the best.
Oh man, Resident Evil 2, the original.
Okay, why?
It's better than the remake. Say something.
No, it's not.
What?
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Anybody? Thank you.
You got one guy in chat. One guy.
Cause he played it through and through. The 2 disc, right? He bought a couple copies.
Who even use disc anymore? We digital now.
Yeah, I actually feel like having to buy multiple copies of one game because the disc scratch is a
Bro, you
kind of
guys
a
ever- okay.
downside. Kind of a
Okay.
downside.
Did you guys ever like?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's how they got
Alcohol.
scratched. That's how they got
Alcohol.
scratched.
Yeah, the alcohol too. It skipped a little bit, but it still played.
Oh my god! Like
Why is it the best?
it's just everything. The atmosphere. You just had to explore the. I feel like compared to the remake, a lot of it was cut. Like a lot of the content was cut.
Yeah.
Look, you don't even know about that. You thought like your game was complete. I was playing. I was like, this ain't complete, and you're over here like, PG, this is the greatest game, and I'm like, oh my god, these children. But it's all good. You know, we can continue what I was saying. So like, and with the original, you could play with Leon and Claire. You can in the remake as well, but it was just you had to find your. It just seems like games nowadays they just hold your hand, they guide you. It's like too easy.
I regret that more people in the audience haven't paid Poppy playtime because there's a really good joke there about
Okay.
hand holding in that game.
Oh, yeah.
But see, it's like it's nothing because you haven't played the game. You don't know about
Wait,
the hand.
nobody has played Poppy Playtime? yet?
Nobody.
Now
None
you
of
at least watch somebody play it though. Okay, then.
What to do? Okay. All right.
Fair.
Okay, I'm curious because like you're obviously like a filmmaker. You enjoy
Yeah.
horror films.
Yeah.
Resident Evil and games in millennial are very like informed by horror movies. Like, you got like the fixed angle, and you got like the tank controls would come with that. Do you think that's like something that makes them better or worse?
The controls, absolutely not. They're horrible. They did not age well.
Didn't you guys like have like what's that called? Like
Relax.
opposite, like where you go up, it goes down.
Tank.
Heck nah. That's exactly why I skipped so many GTA missions with the airplane or whatever the heck that
What?
was. With the helicopter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, what are you talking about?
Off topic.
Right.
Sorry.
GTA.
GTA is a horror game.
Oh my God.
That one mission with the aliens when you're falling through the sky, you gotta kill all them.
No, I promise you, nobody in here knows what you're talking about.
Okay, so you just kind of argued against yourself by saying you didn't like that, but like
Yeah.
presumably
At the time.
At the time,
You know?
at the
Still
time you
don't.
liked it.
Don't lie, you still don't like them controls.
Those controls
That's why
are
the
cool.
remakes are better because the controls aren't wonky.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
The
I
controls
agree
made it
with that,
difficult.
yeah, but the difficulty is part of why they're
Yeah,
scary.
because
Just go on super hard mode.
Because you can't just escape. You have to like. run. Like, nowadays, you can just run. It's like, is that real life?
That's
no,
still
you have to
exhilarating.
turn- you have to turn
You're
first.
telling me
then
running
run.
is not exhilarating still?
Heck
Hiding?
no.
Okay, so the choppy controls is what scares you. Not the gameplay, just the choppy controls.
That's part of it. You sound like a hater, kind of like.
Bro, you just hated it. This is a debate. You're supposed to hate.
I mean, I feel you. I feel you. That was off.
Mari, why don't you tell us about your absolute favorite?
Did you just fart in the mic?
I'll mute.
Keep it muted. But I feel like I don't know. I feel like the stories are much better too, and the more played, drawn out too.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I'm being honest, in them old games, you don't never know what's going on until you look up a summary video.
What?
Yep.
Oh nah, you got a memory of a goldfish.
What? Tell me.
I
tell me
literally
what-
said that joke and you stole my joke from earlier.
Tell me what your favorite Gen Z horror game is. Pick one.
Just
now.
one? Okay, dang. I feel like Outlast is cool.
Outlast is real.
Yeah, Outlast is really good, and like I feel like they do really good with the jump scares and just making you feel uncomfortable at every turn. Like you'd never feel safe, and I don't know. I felt like I was the person trying to get out that asylum.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. It was really good.
Yeah, I mean, Outlast is incredible.
It is an incredible game.
But I'm interested in the fact that you said that the uncomfortableness of that game is part of why it's so scary.
Because like all the like characters had their dicks out. That's why. And like you look up, you hide underneath a bed and you go like, like you can't wear like a scarf over it or something at least.
Well, that really undercut my follow-up question, which is like, because like that's part of the uncomfortableness of using tank controls is part of why like millennial games are so uncomfortable. Not a lot of dicks out in millennial games.
Right. What is that about?
Is that a pro or a con?
I
Pause.
mean, they're never usually huge, so con.
Yeah, it's not the kind of dicks out you
dicks
would like.
out. That's
really.
a pro. It's like pause. Like, yeah.
I thought you were muted.
What are some of the other things that, like, I'm curious because we've argued a lot about a lot of good games, but I'm curious what both of you think are the things that differentiate Gen Z and millennial horror.
Graphics.
Is that it?
No, it's graphics. Pacing, I feel like too.
Okay.
Pacing. Shoot. I don't know what else. I can't really think of anything else.
I mean, I think
What
those
about you,
are both
PG?
really good. Yeah, PG.
The narration, as you said, the pacing.
The narration.
Absolutely.
You think they had better voice actors back then?
No, heck no.
Yeah, exactly. See, bro, you're literally helping
I'm
me.
talking about storytelling, not like
Not
They
literal
barely get any
narration.
narration,
Not
bro.
literal
the
narration.
graphics are better. I mean, yeah, like that's all y'all got. It's graphics. It's like, oh man,
You
this
literally
thing's
just
so-
said the narration was like
like
that,
the
voice acting.
storytelling.
I do think the stories they're a lot more complicated. Like
Heck
the
yeah.
millennial, in a good
Look at
complicated.
you nodding.
Because like millennial horror games, like Silent Hill, Resident Evil,
Right.
Resident Evil less so, but Silent Hill is like a psychological
Yeah.
horror game. There's
Yeah.
like things happening symbolically that mean a lot of things. I don't know a lot of. I feel like that's less true with Gen Z.
I mean, like, there's one game that's like how do you say that? A physiological?
Physiological.
Psychological?
Yeah, it's psychological. It's like Amori. Amori was really good with that too.
Tell
I
me
don't know
about
if you play-
Mori. I haven't played
Amori is like Undertale in a way. If you know what Undertale is, you don't.
Yeah.
You know Undertale?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a really big plot twist though. I can't really tell
Yeah.
much about the game because it will spoil it. So if you have not played it already, it's an amazing game. It's like 26 hours. You play
Y'all played it?
the true route.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a good game.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Should I play it? Yeah,
It makes you
no.
feel really uneasy, and it's like unsettling too.
I love
So,
that. That's what I'm
yeah.
playing horror games
Heck
for.
yeah, I like those types, like where it messes with your brain, not usually like scares you though.
Okay. Well, yeah, but the messing with your brain, I feel like
Mm-hmm.
that is so iconic of a lot of millennial horror games.
That's all they
Silent Hill
got,
is gonna
though.
mess with your
Yeah,
your
yeah.
brain.
How many
and your
times we got
heart.
jump scared? I never played a game like back then that they had jump scares like that though.
What are you talking about?
And if they did, it was like horrible. Jump scares in millennial games.
You said it wasn't?
Nah, they don't really scare me like that. I feel like you guys only got that mind play thing like
You're
down.
playing in a little emulator somewhere talking about it's not scary. You're
Okay.
not- that's what I'm saying. You're not like fully experiencing on your big screen TV.
You guys had big screens, or you guys had 4x4
we had
Minecraft block
we had
screens?
a square fat one, but that's
Yeah.
beside the point. That's
Bro,
beside
you
the
had
point.
them big back freaking televisions,
Okay, but
2x2 Minecraft blocks.
But when I was a kid, it was a big screen.
Yeah, and that's why it fried your eyes, and now you have glasses now because you were so close up to
Whoa,
it.
what is this? Whoa. All right.
That a little too close to home. on that one.
Oh, sorry, I'm wearing contacts, so I'm a poser.
No, it is a good question though, because I do feel like Gen Z is not afraid to go for the jump scare, like the cheap jump scare, which I
Yeah.
am super into. I don't know. Do you feel like millennial games were they going for the jump scares?
No, it was more. The buildup was better. I feel like now even with, I know this is off topic, but even with movies, it's like they lean too much with the audio jump scares or just cheap jump scares. It's bad.
Okay,
Mari.
so yeah, the jump scares was bad, and
No, they're
that's what
good.
made
No.
So do I get
Oh.
a point for this round?
no.
None of you have gotten any points.
What?
Oh yeah, we getting cooked.
That's crazy. We're cooking
Yeah.
each other.
I mean, jump scare. I do agree with you because, like, I feel like the jump scares in Gen Z games are better. 'Cause
Yeah.
they are like bolder and they're louder and they really go for it. And I do feel like millennial horror they don't go for it as much.
Yeah.
But I think the sound design is better because, like in Silent Hill, you've got like your radio that goes off static wise
Right.
when you get near a monster.
Right.
That's terrifying. That's way scarier
that
than a
build
jump
up,
scare.
that sticks with you, Mari. You said no, it don't. My fault.
It changes you.
Right.
Yeah, it can stick with you.
I'm getting scared off of like radio, like air. Like
Oh
I
my
don't know.
gosh! Like
Like you walk in a room and you already see the nurse there. Like I'm not scared of that. I expect that.
What about Pyramid Head? Pro.
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't got that far.
That's fair. That's
So.
fair. That's fair. I was gonna say let's do counterpoints, but gosh, have we not been
Right.
counterpointing this whole time?
yeah. What game did you say? Outlast.
Yeah.
Next one, cause Outlast is cool. give me one that I can find doors. Like give me something.
Bruh.
Give me anything other than because Outlast
Amanda
is
the
like,
Adventurer.
oh my gosh! Like what is this?
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. The jump scares on that was like
Y'all played Amanda the Adventurer? It was okay. There's my closing point. That sucked.
hey, I personally thought it was cool. You know?
It is hard because like. If you're like a millennial gamer, you
Yeah.
had like 4 horror games to play, and those are and you would play them over and over again.
Dang,
But, like-
dang, 4 games.
Four
That's all y'all
four of
got?
the best games ever made. But I mean, Gen Z, you've got like way more games, like way more horror games to be playing.
Like what?
I mean, like all of the Roblox games, the Poppy Playtime, the Five Nights at Freddy's. Like, but you keep mentioning ones that I've never even heard of. And
Really?
yeah. And
What
I'm
have
like,
you heard of?
I mean, all the ones I just mentioned.
Okay, but what have you?
Little Nightmare was cool.
Little
Little
Nightmares.
Nightmares?
That's a classic.
Nightmares?
Classic.
Yeah.
So why are you bringing up stuff for me?
Why aren't
Trying
you
to help you because you getting cooked.
I'm getting cooked. Okay, can we get a raise of hands who say I'm winning?
Oh, I like this. Okay, all right.
what about for him?
millennial?
Right. Can I get some? Okay.
You got like 5 hands. I had like 15.
That's not accurate.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I can count fast.
Okay, so counterpoint. I mean, all y'all. I mean, other than Outlast, everything that you named is just it's okay. It's not something that I'm like in 20 years I'm gonna be like, man. I mean,
You know dang well you're going to be like, dang, that was a really good era for horror games.
Amanda the Adventurer in my attic, like. Right, you even know you have
Okay.
one good game. It's like,
Right.
and even
But
out-
the puzzles in that was good.
I feel you, but even with like millennial games, right? It was like a series that still lived on. All you guys have is like one-offs.
Yeah.
That's like
That's all you need.
ooh.
Yeah. Oh, well, we
Wait,
will.
is Dead Space millennial or Gen Z? Is it?
Dead Space
Heck
is
no,
millennial.
that's us.
Wait, what's Dead Space?
Dead Space is millennial.
What's Dead
See,
Space?
She doesn't know what Dead Space is. It's
Then
millennial.
you trying to take it from us?
Oh, I never played this, but Alien Isolation, I think that
Right,
was
that-
good.
oh
Gen
my
Z.
God.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I would say Alien Isolation's a bubble. I think it's on the bubble.
The Bubble.
The bubble between the gens.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It's actually not based on a millennial movie because it was way before millennials. Way.
Yeah.
That is a boomer movie for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
We also will be taking audience comments / questions. So if you are ready to be peppered with responses, we will take those in a moment.
Absolutely.
But I am curious. So I do feel like a big difference between millennial and Gen Z is millennial horror really informed by movies. Like they're informed by movies. Like that is the main thing. It's why they've got all the fixed camera angles and all of that. Whereas I feel like Gen Z way more informed at like
By us.
internet creepypasta, like Doors. That's
Oh,
like
I
the
forgot
back room.
Slender Man.
Yeah, Slender Man.
Slender Man.
Back
Yeah.
back rooms. Like it's coming from like such a different.
The 8
people.
pages.
The 8 pages.
The 8 pages.
A classic.
It was actually really scary. I played that on stream before.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was really scary.
It is scary. It is very.
The more
basic.
pages you collect, the more.
But
you know?
even that's still like just like a moment. It wasn't like it's not something that I'm like, man. I mean, that is one of the greatest. Like, you know what I
How
mean?
often do you go back and replay Silent Hill? Never.
Often.
No, you don't.
We're hyped for the remake.
Okay, but how? Like, what was the last time you played Silent Hill?
Fair.
Exactly.
Fair.
You played that like 20, 30 years ago, and you never picked it up since.
Well, presumably you're doing Resident Evil, like all the remakes.
Right.
The remakes, Gen Z.
Oh my gosh. Like your
Wait, here's the
counterpoints.
question: Resident Evil 2 or the newest Resident Evil that came out, The Village?
Oh,
Resident Evil 4
the
remake?
remakes of those?
No, not the remake. The newest. I guess it's Resident Evil 8. Was it?
Oh yeah, Village.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is better, Resident Evil 2 or the?
Oh, compared to Village, Resident Evil 2.
Isn't
Yeah,
the Village
yeah.
the one where you had like the baby?
Village,
right?
Village, yeah, Village is with the werewolves.
The werewolf.
Yeah, it was good, but
The werewolf? What? What's that one?
that's how she don't be playing it.
Oh.
Like, you see what I'm saying?
No,
She don't
I
be playing
think
them.
I heard of that one. No, what about the one with Mia, the first one?
That's
Where you
7.
going? Yeah, that one was good.
Yeah,
That was
really good.
original.
That was really good.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
You be watching Matt Pat, like, and then you're
Bro.
saying like, you never played them. You know, just
What
say
do
you
mean
watched
I
Matt Pat.
did? No, actually, I watched Burleasy.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah. Gen Z. Man, we ready for some questions.
All right, we're ready for some questions. Audience, we are interested in hearing what you have to say. There are microphones set up if you want to step up and queue up.
Oh,
behind
he ready.
them.
He ready.
This
He
is-
ready.
Oh, yeah,
This is
he on my
the
side.
only panel at PAX that it's okay to have kind of more of a comment than a question.
Oh, yeah, they
so-
lining up. Yeah.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Sorry, so like Dead Space, you end up stabbing yourself in the eye. It was one of the first games that like pioneered the UI-less kind of interface where like, and it really built that immersiveness, and also like just scared the bejesus out of me.
Absolutely.
Very visceral.
No, absolutely. That game is one of the most.
I don't know what
terrifying
y'all
games.
talking about.
That's how I know.
No, respect,
you
though.
don't have no respect for horror.
Respect.
Wait, okay,
you
but
know?
are you considering it millennial or Gen Z?
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's my point.
I mean, I haven't heard of it, so it is millennial.
We'll do bounce back and forth. So if you want to go.
All right, so I'm kind of curious what the cutoff is between a Gen Z and a millennial horror game, because like, you were talking about Outlast as a Gen Z game, but it was released in 2013.
Ooh, cook.
So it's
Wait,
like,
cook.
are you talking
That's
about like
exactly
games
what
you,
I was
like,
about to
came out when you were
ask.
5 years old or something?
Wait a minute.
Wait,
That's mine.
millennial. When is the cutoff?
Valid argument. That's
Wait,
mine.
wait. So am I millennial? Because I was born in 2003.
Yeah, 2003, but like, so it was
you're
released in
Gen Z.
2013,
You're
so it was like
Gen Z.
10 when you came out, right?
Right.
I'm so confused.
So you didn't.
So it's like, is
in the 90s.
so like, are you talking about the game being released in that particular generation?
yeah,
So like,
I feel like that counts. If it being
so like,
released.
are
Yeah.
you saying like, okay, the cutoff is like 95 or something
But,
for a
who,
No.
millennial
but
game?
who enjoyed Outlast? Was it really? She probably played it like 2 years ago, talking about it's the greatest game
Bro,
ever.
I
It's
watched
like,
it and played it on release. What are you talking about?
How many years ago?
How many times have you played Silent
A
Hill?
decade ago.
The last time you played that was like 1955. What do you mean?
Wait,
What the heck?
you also I think could have mentioned Eternal Darkness, Penumbra, and Amnesia
Fatal
for
Frame.
millennial.
Amnesia is
I think
cool.
you could've-
Amnesia's
So, yeah.
cool.
Oh, yeah,
Amnesia's another
Amnesia's
bubble,
a
I would
classic.
say.
Mhm.
I think Outlast. I mean, I think it really does come down to like graphics might be the thing because it is just like the graphics, but also how the games handle the graphics. Because like Outlast was doing a lot of interesting stuff with like the camera and
Yeah.
the camera and the
Heck
camera
yeah.
and the POV and the graphics with that.
It was like
which is-
you was vlogging, like the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah, they're scary walking.
Did the millennials have vlogs?
A Gen Z than a millennial
Stop.
style.
Yeah. And Resident Evil 7 was inspired, I feel like, by PT and Outlast. So
Yeah,
give you a
it's
point, like
tricky.
relax.
Yeah, I don't know why you giving me points.
I don't know why you think you can give points.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, other microphone, please.
Personally, I think the cutoff shouldn't be a certain year. It should be like game
Vibes.
design concepts. Because the last 20 years of game design advancement really makes a much bigger difference than what year it was released in. And to that point, I would say the Resident Evil remakes should really count for millennial.
Ooh. All right, justify this. No, don't walk away from the mic. Don't walk away from the mic.
I don't know how I need
Justify
to
it.
justify that. They're the same game with better controls.
Thank you, I
would,
agree.
Well, and I would
Thank
argue
you.
that better controls makes it a fundamentally different game.
So it's not the same game
it's
because
the
it's
same
different
story,
control.
though, right? It's the same narration, so it's us.
It's the
Different
same story,
content
it's
in
the
it.
same concepts, just better graphics and better controls.
And
Where-
I would argue better graphics and better controls make it fundamentally a different game.
I think so too. Like if
So,
if you want to play the original, just play the original.
but that's like saying, right? Because what comes after Gen Z?
Alpha.
Alpha, right?
Ew.
So that's like no, but that's,
That's
like
just a
saying
horrible
like.
name. Yeah, we the alphas.
Yeah, it's a bad
So you're out here. So you're out here like saying, "Ooh, Gen Z."
Oh heck yeah, Gen Z sound cool. It's like we superheroes or something.
Oh
Have-
my
have
god.
And then you're like, well, millennials.
Have any games come out that we think belong to alpha horror?
Roblox.
Yeah, are the Roblox games coming out?
I think
alpha
Roblox.
horror?
I think so.
Like Lethal Company or something, right?
Maybe.
What? I'm so confused.
Fortnite. Okay.
Fortnite is a horror game.
Fortnite War.
All right.
Hello. Thank you very much. First of all, biases, check. I am a millennial, so I'm going to be biased towards millennial
Yeah.
games. Have a friend who is a big fan of Rule of Rose, and I am planning on playing that at some point. However, in the interest of fairness, I think we do need to hand it back to Gen Z, because I thought it was quite unfair. Haven't played these games myself, have never used Roblox. I think criticizing Doors for being a game where you open doors and then there's sludge and criticizing it for being that, I don't think that's particularly fair, because you could just as easily look at Resident Evil 2, considered one of the greatest video games of all time, and describe it as a very tall man in a trench coat walks around slowly after you. So I think we got to give Doors a little bit more due and actually give our friend a chance to explain it a little bit, feel the feeling, the horror of it,
Yeah, if anything, that's a great point. If anything, the simplicity of the description is part, I think, of the positive of it, because it's so not reliant on necessarily the story. Thank you for the comment.
That was fire.
It's so unrelated to the story and so much about the vibes and the experience of playing. And I think there's a lot to be said for that being like, what is so great about horror games. It's not about like reading a synopsis and being like, wow, that sounds cool, which I think is true for like Silent Hill.
Yeah.
It's about the experience of playing it.
Yeah. And hold on, I want to, clear things up. Roblox. I'm a Roblox partner, so I'm not hating on Roblox. Hold on, in case you're watching Roblox, I'm a Roblox partner. Mari Truce.
Nah, next audience member.
So, first of all, now that we know you're a Roblox partner, we never had a chance. Thank you for spelling out why we lost so viciously. Girl, you got this. I'm going to give you this. But here, let's talk about this for a second. What made our game so much more terrifying to us was that the control sucked, the graphics sucked, the audio sucked, and it scared the shit out of you because you didn't know what was going to happen. So, wait, hear me out for a second. The other thing, too, that I don't understand, autosave made y'all soft. Because go play hardcore Resident Evil, that was the original mode. You had to have some increments up in that beast, or you were going to run for something and then die. And if you died, you had to start where you last saved from. So that kind of shit made that game terrifying, because when Mr. X got to his final form, Resident Evil 2, and you didn't have enough green herbs or whatever, you were terrified that you're like, shit, I gotta start this all over again because I didn't save for 2 hours.
I mean, we got that too, but it's just hardcore mode.
Or you grew up in Florida and the power went out.
Right.
Just saying. Not saying that happened, but that happened.
Right.
I love how many people are arguing that horror games just make them feel bad and are unpleasant to play. I don't know why, but so many people's arguments have been like, yeah, these were hard and they were shitty, and the graphics were bad and the controls are bad.
And that rules.
And that's why we love them.
The ink ribbon was, that's true. It was so scary.
Oh,
Mari?
yeah, because you couldn't save.
Heck no, you die, you start over, as he said.
I mean,
Yeah,
that
there's like a
sucks.
meta layer of horror.
But
where,
we don't got
like,
that.
I've wasted 2 hours of my Saturday because I didn't.
It just seems like, I don't know, they stressed you out. That's why you guys got gray hair early.
That's
It's
crazy.
like, I don't want to be stressed. I'm already scared. Why am I stressed that I have to go all the way over again and do all the other stuff again?
It's a horror game. What is this? Like, you trying to
I
smile
don't
while
want
you
to be,
playing?
bro, I don't know. It's like I might as well go to work or something. Why am I stressed over this?
Is there not enough to terrify you about?
Oh,
the
yeah.
world?
Exactly.
Next question.
Yeah, let's see what you
Hi,
have to
this
say.
is taller than me, but I think you can hear me.
I don't know if we can have it
I
adjusted.
can also stand like this.
Sorry.
It's okay, I'm little. First of all, checking my biases also. Gen Z, same year as you.
2003 game, yeah.
And also someone who has anxiety, so I don't play games, but I watch them. So that's my biases. But I would argue that Gen Z games are more dictated by the format now. Like they're playing more with the format of a video game, where you talked earlier about millennial games are very inspired by movies and feel very cinematic, where I feel like now Gen Z games are letting form dictate function a little more.
I think that's true. Yeah, like Inscription.
I'm
and
thinking
meta
about
stuff.
At Dead of Night is one that I enjoy a lot, which is FMV, so it's a little bit of both. But toying with the format of a video game and making you feel things because you're I don't know, it's more form and function, I think, is more.
That's the hotel one, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't
that
finish
was really
that.
good. That was really good.
that's fair. A lot of
That was
people did.
scary. That was scary.
Yeah, that was cool.
It was
think
terrifying. You got it.
I
Yeah,
think
you
that's
got
a good
it.
point, but I want to pick on something that you said, which
Oh,
is
no.
that this is an FMV game.
It is an FMV game.
How so much of Gen Z, and I think probably extending into alpha horror, is throwing back to PlayStation era horror.
I do agree.
Piece
I do agree with
and,
that.
and an FMV game, that is a throwback,
It
inherently
is.
a throwback. So what do
Inherently.
we do with Gen Z games that are trying to be millennial games? Where do
I
those
think-
lie?
I would argue that taking inspiration from something does not make it more inherently that like thing. I don't think it makes an FMV game more of a millennial game
I would agree.
because it's building on those concepts, which is always just how things are progressing forward.
But doesn't that have something? Isn't there something?
There's something to be said about paying homage.
Yeah, isn't there something to be said about the desire to return to a different era of horror having an implication about what people want out of horror?
Maybe so. Maybe so.
Maybe. I'm arguing your point.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I lost track. There was a lot of talking.
All right, so I have a question. Where would you put puppet combo games with millennial graphics and Gen Z jump scares?
You already know you love them games. You can't say anything.
Yeah, Puppet Combo's fire. That's a great question. I feel like that. Where do you?
Fears
put
to
it?
Fathom.
Puppet Combo.
I got it. Apparently.
They're for sure. It feels like a millennial game, but where do you? What is a Gen Z game? It's just one that comes out like nowadays.
DLC is crazy.
Damn, that's a good question.
I mean, it's like-
I would just say millennial, just because I love them, right?
A millennial game is any game millennials love.
Right.
A Gen Z game is any
Right.
game
I
Gen
can
Z
have the
loves.
rest.
Dang, Public Combo is really good.
So
But
you
it's
can't
like,
even say anything,
released
though.
during this time though, with like a Gen Z spin, right? Because like it's Gen Z people. No, it's not even Gen Z people making that. Oh my gosh.
I mean, probably one should argue that you can't have Gen Z games without millennial games because, like, they're obviously all
Yeah.
built upon
Yeah.
that era of millennial games.
There's like
But that's-
VHS.
Unfortunately, this is
Yeah.
a debate club, so there's no compromise. So
Yeah.
that will not be the answer. I will be choosing one side to be
Hey, I
the
was
best.
fired. Puppet Combo,
Puppet
dang.
combo. I'm gonna have to. skip
Oh,
that.
you know Fears of Fathom, right?
Yeah.
Good. They have multiple episodes too. Remember? And you were talking about how they only do one-off things, multiple stories.
But even them, they're like the graphics are like PS1.
No, they're not. Like at least like one of them,
Y'all play Fears to Fathom? Fears to Fathom? Anyone here? Fears
I
to
do
Fathom?
suggest it
No?
though. There is really good.
I was on the third episode, just so you know. But yeah, that's like a Puppet Combo game.
Not really, because it's not really like VHS though. Especially like the what was it called? Like Carson House? That wasn't VHS.
Oh yeah. Next question.
Go ahead, step on up.
One thing that hasn't been fully brought up yet is VR horror, which I feel does add to Gen Z's point of being scarier due to putting you in the game rather than just you're observing this game from the outside. So even with the old bad graphics and being scared that you can't, haven't saved in a while, not sure what you can do, with the VR horror, it's more like you didn't go the right path and now you have to turn around or worry about what's behind you or the darkness of not only in the in-game but everything around you.
Yeah, God, VR horror is so visceral. Is
Terrifying.
so yeah, because you really feel like your body is on the
Yeah.
line.
What's your favorite VR horror? Or the scariest one that you played?
Scariest? I'm not sure.
Best, worst.
Definitely hard. I know that the Backrooms one is definitely very visceral, as you put it, because it's very much so being in the moment and having to look around, listen around. So
Yeah.
probably that one would be the scariest, I'd say.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, there is something essentially we've talked a lot about how the graphics have gotten better and the controls have gotten better, and that's something that inevitably happens as like technology gets better. But then you have like the leap between PlayStation graphics and like modern graphics is like this, and the leap between modern graphics and being in VR is like this. Like it's so just like being there physically adds such another
Yeah, that's
dimension to the
terrifying.
horror. It's a good point. For Mari.
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really played that many VR horror games.
I haven't played a ton.
Except like the Five Nights at Freddy's like her wanted one. Those were scary.
Was that good?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I can see how that would be particularly unpleasant.
I'm for Gen Z games, like playing or watching them myself, but I feel like there is something to be said about playing millennial games like at the time that they were released probably felt scarier than playing Gen Z games now, because I feel like as Gen Z and just like all of us now are so desensitized to horror that like back then it was scarier. And it makes me think of like when silent movies came out, there was like that silent movie of a train coming out on screen, and like everyone in the theater got really scared and like ran out of the theater. Whereas like nowadays, that's not scary to us.
Well, unfortunately,
no. I just mean like with the development.
That is true
of
though,
games,
because like
well, I'm gonna have
we are
to.
desensitized.
I'm immediately gonna undercut you because I very recently posted a video essay on this very topic, which is that is a myth. Yeah, sorry.
No, you're good. No, thank you for telling me that.
People were scared about the train movie.
Oh, okay.
It's a whole video, so I won't get into it, but you should find it on my channel.
I will.
But it's about that, and it's also about the myth of people freaking out about the War of the Worlds radio broadcast, which is also not true. People in the past were not dumb, and they were not having those reactions to media in those ways. So unfortunately, I'm going to undercut that part of your argument.
No,
but
don't do it. Yeah. It's debate. So
I think there's a lot to be said about the fact that, like, when you were playing Silent Hill 1, those were the peak graphics.
Right.
And now, obviously, we're like, blah.
Yeah.
No.
No, that's true, because at the time, every game I would play, I would be like, man, this looks amazing.
Yeah, it's never going to get better.
Right.
I feel like you just had to be there to experience it, but we weren't there, so it's like
We know you
you
wasn't
couldn't
there,
experience the Gen Z stuff. You experiencing both of them, and I feel like that you had a better experience with the ones nowadays than the ones back then. Even though I feel like you hold on to that nostalgia. I feel like it's very nostalgic for you.
No psychological analyzing on the panel.
Oh.
Thank you.
thank you.
Yeah.
I think part of it comes down to like why do we like horror media? And it's because it makes us feel stuff. Like we feel that anxiety, that paranoia, those things that we aren't feeling like on an everyday basis. And I feel like old games, because the graphics are bad, they leave a lot of room to interpret like what that would actually be like to be that character walking around the mansion in Resident Evil.
Right.
Like modern horror games, because the graphics are good, they're showing you what they want you to see rather than like you having the anxiety and horror of like interpreting it yourself. Like, and like we talked, Outlast is the example of like the best like Gen Z horror game, but like things like Outlast, Slenderman, that concept of like the unkillable monster that's gonna get you eventually. Like the first time that was put into games, like in a serious capacity that was really widespread, was Mr. X in Resident Evil.
Right.
So I feel like that, like getting the start of kind of the takeover of games in this way kind of started with the millennials. So I feel like
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
turning
inevitably, Gen Z horror games are going to be built on millennial foundations, because that is how time works.
No.
But I do think you make a good point about the fog in Silent Hill is like one of the scariest parts of that game.
Yeah.
And that was like a graphical choice forced upon them, because it's like you don't have a huge render distance, so we're gonna hide everything and make it a little bit harder to see. But then you have them doing that on purpose in Outlast, where things are dark and you can only see through the screen. And so like your vision is still obfuscated. So I think what you're talking about exists in both, but in much different ways and for different reasons. But that was a really good point. A good point well made.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And plus, all Mr. S did was just slap you. So is that really scary? He jumped down from that big bookcase and just slapped you. How was that scary? Tall dude in a trench coat.
How about the original Nemesis? He was scarier than the one in the remake.
What did he do?
Huh? In the
I
remake?
never seen the clips.
That's what I'm saying.
That's not my time.
So, well, I think I'm too tall for this, but
Oh man, we need something in between.
So I'm for Gen Z, but my question would be like, do you think the simplicity of like the graphics in millennial games, like both the simplicity of the graphics and the controls are scarier, or like in Gen Z games, a lot of the times they're more simpler in like gameplay a lot of the time. So like like you mentioned before, Slenderman. It's just picking up pages from a book. But it's more, like playing it for the first time is the most scariest thing in the world because you're still moving back and forth. So which out of the two would be more scarier in that case?
Yeah, it's a good question.
I feel like Slenderman builds up like a good ambience, though, like in like atmosphere. Because I feel like each page you pick up, the more he's on you, and the more you have to like be faster and be like, hey, I gotta pick up these papers fast before he's like snatch me up. And like obviously, like if he like if you do get caught on like paper 7, you gotta start all the way over again.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, Slenderman is such a good balance of like, in order to progress the game, you need to pick up these pages. But every page you pick up is going to make things worse and scarier. So I think
like the music intensifies and everything.
Yeah. So it's just like it is the simplicity of it makes it, I think, so much more effective. Where if it was like bogged down with a bunch of other collectibles or things like that, it wouldn't be such a pure experience.
Yeah, but even that's like for the moment. Like you're gonna be scared for 15 minutes. It's not gonna stick with you. Like Silent Hill 2.
I don't think that stick with you because when's the last time you played it?
What do you?
Well, if it scars you permanently,
Right.
you don't have to replay it.
I mean, like I don't know.
Thank you for the comment.
I'd replay Slenderman just to feel something.
So my bias is that I'm Gen Z. But I think the millennial games really deserve credit for how much they were able to accomplish and what an impact they had for such limited material to work with.
Yeah.
You know, Gen Z games, I mean, I like them, but half the time it's just throw more ray tracing at it and maybe a jump scare.
Make it look pretty.
And, you know, to the point earlier about buying CDs, you got to keep those.
Right.
They don't get repossessed. You don't
Your
have to
PC
deal with
gets hacked.
libraries.
That's all going away.
Like your PC that got hacked?
Whoa.
I'm not even talking hacking. I'm talking, you know, there's a legal dispute. It
We
gets
still got
pulled from
CDs
Steam.
nowadays.
You're out of luck.
Right.
I think that might be a Gen Alpha problem.
Yeah, that's their problem. We still got CDs. I can buy digital. I mean, what's that called? Yeah, physical copies.
Yeah.
I'd just rather not because I don't want to anymore.
Yeah, up and down. All right, these will be our last two.
So how do you weigh the value of a certain style of scare, one or the other? So like jump scares, for instance, are more prominent in Gen Z games, whereas with millennial games, you're like, it's a long-running, like psychological immersive scare. So how do you debate like which one is a better type of scare over the other?
What a good question.
That is a great question.
I feel like they're both good. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
Absolutely
it's
not.
so personal.
Yeah, but if you're trying to make an argument to say like one style is better than the other, like how would you make that argument?
I mean, this is the problem is I love all horror, and I love it all equally.
Yeah.
So I've really put us and you, the audience, in a terrible position to have to decide. Yeah, it's hard because like I love jump scares, but I know some people they're very unpopular and people really hate jump scares, but I love them.
I don't know. Jump scares is like you feel more of a rush, but like you just I don't know, man. The I don't know, right?
Yeah, like do you want the quick hit or do you want the?
I like the quick hit multiple times.
Yeah.
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 But-
I mean,
But like, if you're making me feel uneasy for 10 minutes, that's gonna go away. You know?
yeah. I think it's impossible because I think it's very personal and trying to figure is better.
Yeah.
Is like there's no way to decide which one is better except that I will be at the end of this.
Do y'all like think that because everything is so accessible nowadays and everything is like instant gratification nowadays, that's why it's like more leaning towards like jump scares?
Yeah.
Because like back in the
people are
day it was
impatient.
like because back in the day it was like a like stretched out, you know? And I feel like nowadays we're like impatient.
Yeah,
10 minutes we're bored, we're like, all right, next.
I feel like
Right.
definitely if you put a millennial game in front of like let's say like a Gen Z, I feel like I would put it down in like 20 minutes. Because like I would be like, dang, when the jump scare gonna happen? When am I gonna get scared?
Yeah.
It's just the like atmosphere of it that really.
You proud of that
carries it. What?
You proud of that?
TikTok.
No psychological analysis on the panel.
Yeah.
Last comment.
I mean, he segued right into what I was going to be talking about anyway, so this is perfect. I mean, like, if I had to sum up millennial versus Gen Z, I would say, like, single words, investing versus immersion. And so you get the jump scares as far as an immersion goes because, like, where am I, whether VR or anything else, and it just, like, all real quick at you. And you are playing on a PS1, PS2, that was your birthday, that was your $40, that was your whatever, and it's just like, I am going to make this matter. And so you are going to put in 20 minutes. You're going to put in 20 hours. You are going to, and so there were jump scares in all the Resident Evils, 1 all the way through. Silent Hill did have those jump scares. Eternal Darkness had jump scares for the character and for you. You walk into the room and it's like, sorry, we don't recognize your GameCube controller. You're screwed. That was a jump scare. I don't care how loud or soft it was. But you had that game, and so it was all physical. There was no download on that except in smaller things. But by that token, you can get a lot deeper in the graphics on a Gen Z game, and you can have a game as long as it needs to be. You don't have necessarily the same arguments for, this was a 15-minute game. People still love that.
Yeah.
But those are the big things on it. Like, you have to have that anticipatory scare about a millennial horror game versus you got to get the quick hit to get people to stick with it and not close it within the same launcher that they're on and pick the next game. You can't have a thank you next. You don't even have to take the CD out of the CD drive that your PC probably doesn't even have anymore. So I'm not arguing for one or the other, but I would say investment versus immersion is the big piece.
Yeah, I think that's a good way of highlighting it, because I think fundamentally the millennial horrors are going to stick with you longer. They have a longer lasting impact. But I do think that there is just like a quick juicy hit that you get from Gen Z.
And those are good hits. Not
Those
gonna
are
lie.
good hits. Thank you for the comment.
No, yeah, I agree.
Oh man. All right. Are there any closing arguments either of you want to make?
I mean, I see winner. You can just put PG up there.
You know, dang well you did not win. That's okay.
Gosh.
Unfortunately, I do think I'm going to have to go with Mari.
Thank you.
Yeah. I think you guys.
Thank you.
Really
Handshake it out.
Yes. I think good points, well made. Tell us where we can find you. PG, tell us.
Yeah, just social media across.
Take a picture of this right
physical
now.
gamers.
Grab your phone.
And yeah, Twitch, PeeGTV.
Yep.
I hope
There
you
it
guys
is.
had fun.
Everybody got their
by
phone?
the way.
Yeah.
This was fun.
Yeah, this is great. Mari, where can we find you?
I stream a lot on Twitch. Twitch is my main thing, but I've been trying to post more on YouTube on my live channel, which is just like Mari Live instead of Mari MSG. So yeah, and I'm on Instagram too. So if you do follow it, I would appreciate it. But this was my first panel ever and my first debate panel. I am a very awkward person, but Shirley is not like that on stream because I just talk to chat, not actual real people. So I hope you guys are all enjoying the con. I hope you guys enjoyed this panel.
And I'm Jenna Stever. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Twitch. I've got a podcast called Big Game Hunger. You should check all of those out. My video on the War of the Worlds and that train, it's up on my YouTube. You can find it there at Jenna at _Jenna. And you can leave a review for this panel if you scan that QR code and tell them to have us back. So we can do this exact panel again, word for word. This was all scripted. We'll be performing this again next year. Thank you so much for joining us.